Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having an amazing evening. Come and join us in Miami TV. ¿Cómo están, amigos? Buenas noches. Espero de que estén muy bien. Únanse a nosotros en Miami TV. No se olviden, hemos cambiado más al inglés, pero si me escriben, les respondo en español. Welcome, everyone. Sorry we took a little bit and we were MIA last week, but I'm here. For the past week, I've had to cover for as a electrician, a plumbing, a pool girl, and a handy girl. So yes, the jungle sometimes, you know, when it's left alone, it has to be attended. So that's where I come in, and that's when I'm like, I can't do the show. give me a couple days. Buenas tardes, Don Nacho. Hola. Love you, love your smile. Hi, Jerry. Let me see if I can read this right. Kairul? Did I say it right? I hope I didn't kill your name. Hola, ¿cómo están? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I wanted to share with you, of course, new technology coming about. Beijos para Brazil. New technology coming about, and of course, we have to show it, because obviously this is not going to happen tomorrow, but you know, before anybody else does, and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Maybe the future is going to look a little bit like this. All of a sudden, it's looking closer and closer to Black Mirror. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to see why. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys a clip of what the future jails are going to be like. When it's a little long, it's like 6 minutes, so we've cut it down to 3. So I will see you in a couple of minutes, and we can talk a little bit more about this.
Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real. The Cognify concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. First, the prisoner is given a choice, either spending tens of years in a prison cell or seeking fast-track rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation. If the prisoner chooses to undergo fast-track rehabilitation, the Cognify device is used. Next, the prisoner undergoes high-resolution brain scanning to create a detailed map of their neural pathways. This brain map helps guide the Cognify device to target specific brain regions responsible for memory, reasoning, and logical thinking, such as the hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, amygdala, parietal lobe, and anterior cingulate cortex. Once the target brain regions are identified, Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth of artificial memories in just a few minutes. Synthetic memories are customized depending on the crime committed and the unique brain structure and psychological profile of the individual. Violent offenders could experience memories that are designed to trigger empathy and remorse, seeing their crime from the perspective of their victim, feeling their pain and suffering firsthand. Some memories are designed to trigger consequences and trauma. Such memories could simulate the long-term consequences of violent actions, such as the grief of the victim's family or the physical and emotional trauma endured by the victim. Artificial memories could cover a wide range of crimes, including domestic violence, hate crimes and discrimination, embezzlement, insider trading, theft and fraud. Cognify emotion regulation system could modulate neurotransmitters and hormones to induce specific emotional states, such as remorse or regret, which is crucial for rehabilitation. Real-time monitoring and feedback mechanisms could track the prisoner's neural responses throughout the process. allowing the system to adapt and optimize the rehabilitation in real time with new visuals, sensation, and realistic AI-generated content. To ensure the long-term effect of the therapy session, the memories could become permanent, fully integrated into the subject's mind, as if they were part of their own personal experiences. While subjects are undergoing therapy session, valuable data are collected from all the prisoners into a central computer for scientific research, which will help understand the criminal mind and determine the best approach to tackle crimes in society. AI-driven analytics could enhance the device's functionality, optimizing future procedures based on gathered data.
Okay, so Black Mirror, right? That's the only thing I can think of. It goes on, but I don't know. I think that the most important part you guys saw. So what do you guys think about this? Do you agree with it? I mean, I guess at the long run, it doesn't really matter what we agree in, right? Because these companies are going to do whatever it is that they want. Now, it's scary enough to think that this is already being built, this is already being planned ahead. So I don't know, I'm a little bit like, I have a double feeling about it because in a way, great. I mean, it is a progress for those people that have misdemeanors, right? But can you really fix the mind of like a serial killer? I don't think that's possible because remember that our mind, you know, you become what you are because of the traumas that you have. The other day I scrolled by, because everything is fast now, I scrolled by this short video of a woman saying that the person that was next to her was, she said, this is my mother and my sister, and it says because her father raped her, something like that. So, and they were very, very on drugs, like bad. And so you see that and you're like, you never really know what people go through and why they do what it is that they do. So, you know, in these kind of cases, going back in time and erasing memories, which is what they're talking about, this is 1,000% possible. Okay, let's see, Mickey. Hello, Michael, how are you? James, I doubt this will ever happen. It's Bill Gates' wet dream, but not based on reality, in my humble opinion. Okay, thanks, point taken. This could be so easily abused and used incorrectly, says Daniel. Yeah, ditto, I agree. I think, I don't think we're too far away from this, by the way. And I'm telling you this because of something. So memory replacement is something that I've personally already tried without any need of a machine, but with the help of my 27 beautiful meditators. So it's totally doable. In fact, you guys know that I've been in the energy world for 16 years now, and it's always, I feel like I'm a guinea pig, right? Because we try and test things out with my energy to see the results, and it's always amazing. But the thing is that when machines come about to replace these kind of energetical works, which in this case has to do with the mind, anybody's going to be able to do this. So if you can replace memories, okay, through regressions and through energetical work, you can absolutely, definitely replace memories through a machine. All it's doing is looking for that specific frequency in which that trauma happened, and it's replacing it with something different, with something better. Now, in this case, what they're talking about is they're talking about rehabilitation, right? So this means that anybody that I guess has done wrongdoings I mean, I didn't hear them talk about like mass serial killers, so I don't think you want those people back in the world. But the regular ones, like the theft or the virtual theft, or that's not the word for it, identity theft, sorry, brain fart, and any like small stuff like that, then yeah, you can definitely rehabilitate. I mean, I think Salvador, for example, El Salvador is becoming a good example in actually putting the people that are in jails or that used to be in gangs to clean the city and to repair things. I think that is probably the best way to manage the people that are in jail. It's like, you've done something wrong, then your time belongs to the taxpayers, because we are paying for your food, we are paying for your bed, we're paying for your running water. And then not to mention the amount of people that are put in jail because of a flawed law system. We all know it's super, super flawed. And I think that goes for everywhere. I mean, there's even movies that have come out about this, people that have been found not guilty years after being in prison. People that have committed suicide while they're in prison because they can't stand that they've been charged for something that they haven't done. So I think that in a way technology is going to favor us in the sense that, well, at least maybe because human mistake puts the wrong people in jail. But in that case, I think technology and mistakes and really look at the facts. Is it Minority? That I'm thinking about with Tom Cruise, you know, when they go back with this machine and like all of your memories and they can see what you were seeing and fighting crime. Do we want to live in a world where crime doesn't exist? Invading somebody's privacy to go back in time and make it seem like you lived 30 years in 6 minutes and well, I guess if it's a choice, I think, why not? Saludos, México. Ismael, ¿cómo estamos? If it's something that is catching your attention and you want to get it over with and rehabilitate from it and because not showing it on the screen, so it's not recorded on the show. So can we the comments? So I don't think that that'll happen. Actually, I just think that, you know, it's something that who knows how long it's going to take for it to get here. But yeah, for example, what Daniel said, this could be so easily abused. Come on, we already know that we're getting to the point of not being able to control this technology because whatever corporation, if the government actually gets a hold of these, you know, new texts and says this is a new law, then there's really not much we could do about it. I mean, all we could do about it is just go out and riot and complain. But if you ask me, if you can rehabilitate somebody by replacing memories, then hey, so be it. I think that's an amazing, that's a good step, I think, forward in technology. I don't love the fact that they're recording everything for their investigation to analyze how the criminal mind works. Because let me tell you how the criminal mind works. It's very simple, actually. You go through traumatic situations, your mind, you start absorbing negativity. That negativity starts influencing you to do more negative things until, boom, you're so possessed that you do something negative. Now, this is where I think it gets tricky. How do you mix replacing somebody's memory with the energy that they generated at the moment? So let's say, right, this is our time to go crazy. Let's say that, saludos, Augor. A large asteroid is heading towards Earth. Oh, it's not the first time. There's been, believe it or not, there's been so many asteroids coming towards Earth, and you probably never even found out. And they've been deviated. So if there's an asteroid coming towards Earth, I can tell you, don't worry, okay? There's enough technology, and they've done it before, where they actually can just deviate it. I believe in a better world, all negatives be slayed. Jenny is useful, giving my spirit an upgrade. I love it. Okay, what about the shirts? I missed that one. So let's come on. The crimes. This is how I get a free shirt. What? Crime is okay. That's how I get free shirts. Oh wait, do you live in California? Are you one of the people going to the stores to steal up to $1,000? I love it, by the way, how they did the companies actually what they did, where they went ahead and put their prices over $1,000 and then with a coupon, so that way it's illegal for you to steal their stuff. Like, awesome. Good for you guys. Good for the companies. Anyway, back to square one. So let's analyze this for a second, because we know that we create a thought. That thought creates an action, right? That's how it goes. That creates an energy, okay? But there's an energy already generated when you create the thought, because also energy is generated by emotion. So now we have thought, emotion, action. Three things that are generating energy. Now, if a person goes and steals or does something or kills somebody, and they get into one of those machines, and the machine all of a sudden does its thing, right, and erases those memories, and replaces them for something else. First of all, I don't know how you could learn from that. Or did I misunderstand it? Is there something that you guys got that I didn't? I mean, they talked about replacing memories, but they also mentioned that they can see the agony that they caused to the victim. So that left me in a little loop of not understanding. So I think you can replace a memory without a problem, actually, but you can't get rid of the energy that it generated at that moment, especially if it's a machine. You can do it if you have, let's say, a group filled of meditators, of people actually meditating for that cause to remove that negative blockage. But a machine can't do that. That's the human power that we have. So they're going to be erasing people's memories and replacing others, but they're not going to be removing the negative energy that's in their body. And we all know that that is eventually what thrives you to either do good or do bad. So you can change a thought pattern, fine, but it's not all in the mind. And I think that's what a lot of people forget when it comes to therapies, that your body is still toxic. Just by secluding or suppressing a thought, which, by the way, everybody does. You know, there's people that have gone through really strong traumas that they bury down these traumas so much that they don't remember them anymore. They basically don't exist for them until you start digging and poof, wow, I didn't even know that was in there. I had no recollection of that moment whatsoever, but it's there. So if AI is able to find that exact neural link and find that exact frequency, right, in between so many neural links in your brain, and replace it and have you see something else, fine. You're going to think you did something different, or you're going to think that you went to rehab and all this stuff. But the negativity that you generated because of that bad action of you, like, either murdering somebody or raping somebody, that's still going to be within you. So this isn't going to work. Yeah, that's my final conclusion. Like, I do this live, by the way. I'm like, yeah, it's just not going to work, because they're going to have people that are going to be feeling mentally better. But the moment they get home, the negativity is basically just going to be like, nope. And they're going to go back and do the same thing. Yeah, not a great way of rehabilitating, but I think they're onto something. You can never really rehabilitate someone 100% if you're not mixing energy work with it, a spiritual side, because we are not just the mind. We are so much more. We are energy. Technology is a mixed blessing. It can make things much better or much worse. A person is a combination of mental and physical things. There you go, Daniel. Yeah, absolutely. James. Hi, James. No kidding. A world filled with programmed human robots. I mean, will they be robots? What if they put, like, in their mind this, you know how also in movies, but very plausible, what if they put, like, this command, right? Whenever they hear a song, or whenever somebody calls them and a noise goes on or a word goes on, they're triggered and they become combat people. You know that's totally possible, right? I mean, it's possible via what's the word? Hypnotism. So why don't you think it's possible with something like this? Jenny, the nicer your personality, the more beautiful you become. Thus, you are stunningly gorgeous. Oh, thanks. Good night. Hi, Joey. Good night. How are you? Rape is, yeah, of course, rape is bad. No need to mention that, but yes. So yeah, there's actually a country that came out, dig and then it'll come out. I don't know if it was a country or a city. I think I retweeted it, where, I don't remember which one it was, I'm sorry, but they actually said that they were going to castrate anybody that raped kids. And so what about that? Do you guys agree with that? Or would you be okay with that? I'm not in favor of violence, but I think people like that we don't need in the world. So, you know, sure, you know, not a bad idea. Now, does the person that's doing the castrating get karma because it's an order? You don't really get karma by orders, but you do. This is complicated. Then I know there's also a place in the U.S. that actually just enabled the death penalty again. Do you guys agree with that? I know it's for like really hardcore cases. I actually, I'm maybe this is controversial, but I'm actually also okay with the death penalty when it comes to really serious crimes. Because what's the point of us maintaining with our tax dollars people that are in jail that are so horrible? Like, I think the world is better with a less person-generated negativity. So. And what about the capsule of I think it's Switzerland that came out with the capsule where you can actually now, it's legal. You go in and you basically just go to sleep. So it's a euthanization. There was somebody that already tried it. She wasn't that old, but apparently had cancer that was very painful. So not a fan of the euthanization, because I think that we shouldn't take, like, us in a personal level, the moment that you decide to take your life, even if it's in a way like that, you are actually playing God. So that's unfortunately a karma where your soul is going to be suspended no matter what until the time that was supposed to be meant for you will come. Now, if you're killed, I don't know how we ended up talking about this, but here's my mind rambling off, right? But if somebody else takes your life, like if you're in jail and somebody else takes it, then it wasn't your responsibility, it was somebody else's in a system. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really iffy topic. We've tried lobotomy and electroshock therapy to change memory patterns. Results were horrendous. Really? Tell me more, please. I did not know this. So I once knew a woman that was heartless, emotionless, criminal. She had no guilt, thus, if you make people feel guilt, they will feel regret. Interesting. I think I'd pull the lever and sleep like a baby. Yeah, I think it's hard when you say, yes, I agree with something like this, right? Because it is, again, taking a person's life or genitals. But I think that pedophilia should be, that and murder are the number one, like, crimes in the world. And I think pedophilia is probably, I would say it's even worse than murder, because murder, it's like, boom, you killed somebody and it's over. But the person that actually went ahead to, like, hurt an innocent child, like, that's something that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. You're not dead afterwards, and you've ruined somebody else's life, and you've actually made them completely negative as well. So that's I think it's the worst. What do you think is the worst crime in the world? Maybe it's something else for you. I don't know. AI doesn't have common sense, plus it can't feel pity. Now, a person that can't feel pity, that can't feel guilt, again, we can't judge, right? Because how can you judge when you don't know the person's history? I think that there's no baby that was raised in a proper environment that is going to be a criminal when they get older. There's just no way. If you have a loving home, if you have no traumas, if you have no negativity around you, then your life is going to be just fine. Now, you could get maybe influenced badly in your teenage years and go through some rough patches, but to the point where you're actually doing something like this, like raping or murdering, like, no way. It's everything at the end of the day is energy, you guys. And I think that's why I sound like a broken record and we always talk about it. A well-renowned cardiologist said that when a body died in his table, the actual body, he actually felt the soul leaving the body. Yeah, not only that, we had a show about this. There's actual scientific proof that when the soul leaves the body, it weighs 1 pound less. So scientists have been digging into this whole energy thing because they can't really explain it yet. Okay, so yes, it's there. That's why we're not only the outside, we're also the inside. And of course, your mind is the one that commands everything. But like we always say, your channel has to be open. Jenny, what about if you're living in pain? I get it, euthanization if you're living in pain, but here's how this planet works, and here's why we're here. We are energetical beings, and we know how this planet is before we even reincarnate. If you don't believe in reincarnation, with all due respect, so we are here to combat these tasks, okay? We are here to surpass all of these tests. So if you, for whatever reason, are finding yourself in a really painful situation, it's for a reason. No matter how unfair it might seem and how much in pain you are that you can't bear it anymore, you have to get the actual lesson of it is for you to get over it, to get better from it, to overcome it, to surpass it. So if you give up, which is basically what you're doing when you euthanize yourself, you're failing class. The planet is a school, like we've said before. This Earth is a school. So nobody said it was going to be easy. In fact, you knew it wasn't going to be easy before you even came back here. Who knows how many times you've reincarnated? Maybe you're new, maybe thousands of times. Maybe you just can't get it right. And you're going to be here until you get it right. But taking the easy way out in life, unfortunately, it's not the best way. You need to figure out why you're in that situation to begin with and start healing. Remember, everything is inside of you. You need to learn how to literally auto-heal yourself. Hey, Mike Kilty, live in South Carolina too. Hi. Right and wrong is a loose term. What is wrong to some people is normal to others. Of course, I always say that. Should a man be punished if he was unaware he'd committed a crime? I don't know. I mean, what kind of crime are we talking about? Are we talking about like taking somebody's life or raping somebody? Or are you talking about like stealing? I think if it's something material, no, you probably shouldn't be punished. If it's something that is affecting the rest, another person, another life, a living being, then punishment is going to come no matter what, right? We're so mundane that we've created these laws and we've created the system or someone's created the system. But at the long run, karma really just takes its toll. I think we probably wouldn't even need prisons if the world was in order in the sense where we just allow karma to take its toll, because it's better than putting somebody in jail probably. But of course, you want the really bad ones out. Really bad ones out. And in case you didn't know, by the way, the jails in the US, I don't know if in the rest of the world, but they have to be filled. They have to be filled. So we unfortunately have a system that doesn't really care if you're guilty or not. All they care is to point a finger at someone and for someone to take the blame. So you'd be surprised how many thousands of people are in jail for no absolute reason, just that the right person wasn't found. So, hey, we got to close the case. We got to put somebody in the chair or somebody in jail, so they'll just send anybody. There's some really good books on life after death. They are, I know. I think it's also pedophilia is one of the worst crimes in the world. Hola, Miguel, gracias. Some people need to be told by authorities about right and wrong. Some need to be told more than others. What about when a person has gotten to the point where it's just like there's no turning back? Do you believe that there's no turning back for a person where they can actually get to the point where they literally have, like that woman that you said, right? Like there is no guilt in their system. I respond to that as, my friend, you're just possessed. That's all it is. You have so much negativity in your body that all you need is a good cleansing and some maybe mental therapy and you'll be good. Fair comment, Jenny. I'm on the fence with euthanasia. I see both sides. Yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean, right? Like how great, right? Like you've allowed somebody to stop suffering. But you're not in that situation as a chance. You're in it for a reason. So we just got to be a little bit more strong about some things. Do you believe in the idea of pre-crime law enforcement, like the movie? How would that work? If we're talking about like the premeditated crime, right? Or like the movie that's the movie I was talking about, the guy with with Tom Cruise. Once I said something very offensive, I didn't intend to. I took heed. I think you meant heat. What isn't wrong to me could be offensive to others. Oh, absolutely. But you know what? You also can't live in that kind of term because you are always going to offend somebody, no matter what you say, how you dress, what you do, what you work in, what you don't do, what you don't say. So you cannot be living in a world, or sorry, you're going to be living in this world, but you cannot be living your life in a way where you always have to be politically right. Because then you're not going to have a mind of your own. So you need to just be free and break free from being afraid of offending somebody. If somebody is offended, is their problem, not yours. If you mean no harm, that's all that matters, is your intention. So many shades of gray, so many. We have assisted dying in Canada, euthanasia. When a rich men are giving the death penalty, I'll think about being for it. And unfortunately for some people, the death penalty does not keep them from doing wrong. That's true. A lot of people are not afraid of dying, and that's the ones that usually commit the worst crime. In fact, they want to be put out of their misery. So in a sense, I think that it's worse to keep somebody in a cell than actually killing them. Yeah, I mean, what are they going to learn from killing? It's like, oh, thank you, I'm going to get a reset now. Reincarnated in a Minority Report, thank you. Reincarnated in a couple of years and we'll all be good. Back to zero. Saludos, Mario. We tried lobotomy and electroshock. Oh, unfortunately, for some people, okay. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. Tonight was literally just rambling about apparently robots, AI, death penalty, lobotomies, and so on and so forth. But hey, it's good to spend some fun time with you. All right, my loves, we will continue tomorrow. If you have anything you would like me to discuss, don't forget, Jenny@MiamiTV.com. And if you have written to me, I'll check on my emails again tomorrow. Okay, kisses. Have a good night. Continuing now for members only in MiamiTV.com. Bye.